An expert on Myanmar says at an academic forum in Bangkok that the November 7 election would not really bring true democracy because it will further entrench the power of the military in the country's society and political system. At an academic forum on the transition to democracy in Southeast Asia hosted by the Institution of Security and International Studies, which was held at Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok this morning, Dr. Wongcha-um said that the election would serve as a foundation for the re-feudalization of the country's social and political structure because it would give more power to the military, which at the moment has become a separate social class that governs the country. Zani cited the example of the 1974 election where the ruling junta, then under General Ne Win, tries to civilize themselves through an election which resulted in the 4/8 uprising, the 8888 in 1984. What persisted, Dr. Zani argues, was the entitlement to rule mentality and the Myanmar military possesses.
We had Burma Socialist Program Party. We had civilianized leadership. In April 1974, Ne Win and about 26 top deputies civilianized themselves, meaning like they took off their military uniforms and put on sarongs. But what people forgot was what these guys retained. They retained the the entitlement mentality, the entitlement to rule, not govern the country, and that's the mentality that got us into trouble. One class, monopolizing, the space and the process of governing or building a nation.
Dr. Zani argues that what has changed from then and now is that the current ruling State Peace and Development Council has locked up more dissidents and military officers sympathetic to the concept of change than previous regimes in the military state. The academic also warned that more clashes between Myanmar's army and the ethnic minorities in the aftermath of this election are likely. He also points out that a conflict between different factions in the military could also happen as a result of this latest civilization process. This civilianization process, rather. Now, the international community have recently been calling for more political space for dissidents and a better social contact in Myanmar. And unless these calls are heeded, Myanmar could be moving into what Dr. Zani calls, quote, the twilight zone.